اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Why isn't this on? اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم إني أسألك برحمتك التي وسعت كل شيء وبقوتك التي قهرت بها كل شيء وخزالها كل شيء وزللها كل شيء وبجبروتك التي غلبت بها كل شيء وبعزتك التي لا يقوم لها شيء وبعظمتك التي ملأت كل شيء وبسلطانك الذي على كل شيء وبوجهك الباقي بعد فناء كل شيء وبأسمائك التي ملأت أركان كل شيء وبعلمك الذي أحاط بكل شيء وبنور وجهك الذي أزع له كل شيء. يا نور يا قدوس يا نور يا قدوس يا نور يا قدوس يا أول الأولين ويا آخر الآخرين. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تحت كل اسم. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تنزل النقم. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تغير النعم. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تحبس الدعاء. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تقطع الرجاء. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تنزل البلاء. اللهم اغفر لكل ذنب أذنبته وكل خطيئة أخطأتها. اللهم إني أتقرب إليك بذكرك وأستشفع بك إلى نفسك وأسألك بجودك أن تدنيني من قربك وأن توزعني شكرك وأن تلهمني ذكرك. اللهم إني أسألك سؤال خازن متذلل خاشع متضرع أن تسامحني وترحمني وتجعلني بقسمك راضيا قانعا وفي جميع الأحوال متواضعا. اللهم وأسألك سؤال من اشتدت فاقته وأنزل بك عند الشدائد حاجته وعظم فيما عندك رغبته. اللهم عظم سلطانك وعلى مكانك وخفي مكرك وظهر أمرك وغلب قهرك وجر قدرتك ولا يمكن الفرار من حكومتك. اللهم لا أجد للذنوب غافرا ولا لقبائح ساترا ولا لشيء من عمل الخبيب الحسن مبلدا غيرك. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك وبحمدك ظلمت نفسي ظلمت نفسي ظلمت نفسي وتجرحت بجهلي وسكنت إلى قديم ذكرك لي ومنك علي. اللهم مولاي كم من خبيه سترته وكم من فاده من البلاء يقلته وكم من إثار وقيته وكم من مكروه دفعته وكم من ثناء جميل لخص أهلا له نشرته. اللهم أعظم بلائي وأفرت بي سوء حالي وخسرت بي أعمالي وقدت بي أغلالي وبسني عن نفي بعد أعمالي وقدتني الدنيا بغرورها ونفسي بخيانتها ومثالي يا سيدي. فاسألك بعزتك أن لا يحجب عنك الدعاء سوء عملي وفعلي ولا تفزعني بخفي ما اطلعت عليه من سري ولا تعاجلني بالعقوبة على ما عملته في خلواتي من سوء فعلي وإساءتي ودوام تفريطي وجهالتي وكثرة شهواتي وغفلتي. وكن اللهم بعزتك لي في كل الأحوال رؤوفا وعلي في جميع الأمور يطوفا. إلهي ومولاي وربي من لي غيرك أسأل كشف ضري والنظر في أمري. إلهي ومولاي أجريت علي حكم اتبعت في ونفسي ولم أقترس في من تزيين عدوي فغرني بما أهوى وأسد على ذلك القضاء فتجاوزت بما جرى علي من ذلك بعض حدودك وخالفت بعض أوامرك فلك الحمد علي في جميع ذلك ولا حجة لي فيما جرى علي في قضاءك وألزمني حكمك وبلاؤك وقد أتيتك يا إلهي بعد تقصيري وإسرافي على نفسي مهتدرا نادما منكسرا مستقيلا مستغفرا منيبا مقرا مذعنا مهترفا لا أجد مفرا مما كان مني ولا مخزن أتوجه إليه في أمري غير قبولك عذري وإدخالك إياي في سعة رحمتك. اللهم فاقبل عذري وارحم شدة ضري واكفكني من شد وثاقي. يا رب ارحم ضعف بدني يا رب ارحم ضعف بدني يا رب ارحم ضعف بدني ورقة جلدي ودقة عزمي يا من بدا خلقي وذكري وتربيتي وبري وتغنيتي هبني لابتداء كرمك وسالف برك بي يا إلهي وسيدي وربي. أتراك معذبي بنارك بعد توحيدك وبعد ما انطوى عليه قلبي من معرفتك ولهج به لساني من ذكرك واعتقد ضميري من حبك وبعد صدق اعترافي ودعائي خاضعا لربوبيتك هيهات أن تكرم من أن تزي من ربيت أو تباعد من أدنيت أو تشرد من آويت أو تسلم إلى البلاء من كفيته ورحمت. وليت شهري يا سيدي وإلهي ومولاي تسلط النار على وجوه خرت لعظمتك ساجدة وعلى ألسن نطقت بتوحيدك صادقة وبشكرك مادحة وعلى قلوب اعترفت بإلهيتك محققة وعلى ضمائر هوت من العلم بك حتى صارت خاشعة وعلى جوارها سوات الأوطان تعبدك طائعة وأشارت باستغفارك مذعنة ما هكذا الظن بك ولا أخبرنا بفضلك عنك يا كريم. يا ربي وأنت تعلم ضعفي قليل من بلاء الدنيا وعقوباتها وما يجري فيها من المكاره على أهلها على أن ذلك بلاء ومكروه قليل مكثوه يسير بقاؤه قصير مدته فكيف احتمال للبلاء الآخرة وجليل الوقوع المكاره فيها وهو بلاء تطول مدته ويدوم مقامه ولا يخفف عن أهله لأنه لا يكون إلا عن غضبك وانتقامك وسخطك وهذا ما لا تقوم له السماوات والأرض. يا سيدي فكيف لي وأنا عبدك الضعيف الذليل الحقير المسكين المستكين. يا إلهي وربي وسيدي ومولاي للأمور إليك أشكو ولما منها ضج وأبكي لأليم العذاب وشدة أملت للبلاء ومدته. فلئن سيرتني في العقوبات مع أعدائك وجمعت بيني وبين أهل بلائك وفرقت بيني وبين أحبائك وأوليائك فابني يا إلهي وسيدي ومولاي وربي. صبرت على عذابك فكيف أصبر على فراقك وهبني صبرت على حر نارك فكيف أصبر عن النظر إلى كرامتك أم كيف أسكن في النار ورجائي أخفك فبعزتك يا سيدي ومولاي أقسم صادقا لئن تركتني ناطقا لزجن إليك بين أهل هذا جيد العاملين ولأصرخن إليك صراخ المستشرقين ولأبكين عليك بكاء الفاقدين ولأنادينك أين كنت يا ولي المؤمنين يا غاية أعمال العارفين يا غياث المستغيث يا مولاي فكيف يبقى في العذاب وهو يرجو ما سلف من حلمك ورأفتك ورحمتك أم كيف تهلم النار وهو يعمل فضلك ورحمتك أم كيف يغرقه لهيبها وأنت تسمع الصوت وترى مكانه أم كيف يشتمل عليه زفيرها وأنت تعلم ضعفه أم كيف تقلقل بين أطباقها وأنت تعلم صدقه أم كيف تجرو زبانيته وهو يناديك يا رب أم كيف يرجو فضلك في إتقه منها فتتركه فيها هيهات ما ذلك الظن بك ولا المعروف من فضلك ولا مشبه لما عملت به الموحدين من برك وإحسانك فباليقين أقطع لولا ما حكمت به من تعذيب جاهديك وقضيت به من إقلاد معانديك لجعلت النار كلها بردا وسلاما وما كان لأحد فيها مقرا ولا مقاما لكنك تقدست أسماؤك أقسمت أن تملأ من الكافرين من الجنة والناس أجمعين وأن تخلد فيها معاندين وأن تجل ثناؤك قلت مبتدأ وتطولت بالإنعام متكرما أفمن كان مؤمنا كمن كان فاسقا لا يستوون إلهي وسيدي فأسألك بالقدرة التي قدرتها وبالقضية التي هتمتها وحكمتها وغلبتها من علي أجريتها أنت لي في هذه الليلة وفي هذه الساعة كل جرم أجرمته وكل ذنب أذنبته وكل خبيث أسرته وكل جهل عملته كتمته أو أخلنته أخفيته أو أظهرته وكل شيء أمرت بإثباتها الكرام الكاتبين الذين وكلتهم بحفظ ما يكون مني وجعلتهم شهودا علي مع جواره وكنت أنت الرقيب علي من ورائهم والشاهد لما خفي عنهم وبرحمتك أخفيته وبفضلك سترت وأن توفر حظي من كل خير أنزلته أو إحسان فضلته أو بر نشرته أو رزق بسطته أو ذنب تغفره أو خطأ تستره يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا إلهي وسيدي ومولاي ومالك رقي يا من بيده ناصرتي يا عليما بزري ومسكنتي يا خبيرا بفقري وفاقتي يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا رب أسألك بحقك وقدسك وعظم صفاتك وأسمائك أن تجعل أوقاتي في الليل والنهار بذكرك معمورة وبخدمتك موصولة وأعمالي عندك مقبولة حتى تكون أعمالي وأورادي كلها وردا واحدا وحالي في خدمتك سرمدا يا سيدي يا من عليه مولي يا من إليه شكوت أحوالي يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا رب أول خدمتك جواره واشدد على العزيمة جوانه وهب لي جدي في خشيتك الدوام في الاتصال بخدمتك حتى أسرع إليك في ميادين السابقين وأسرع إليك في مبادرنا وأشتاق إلى قربك في المشتاقين وأدنو منك دنو المخلصين وأخافك مخافة الموقنين واجتمع في جوارك مع المؤمنين. اللهم ومن أرادني بالسوء فارد ومن كادني فكد واجعلني من أحسن عبيدك نصيبا عندك وأقربهم منزلة منك وخسهم زلفة لديك فإنه لا ينال ذلك إلا بفضلك وجد لي بجودك واعطف علي بمجدك واحفظني برحمتك واجعل لساني بذكرك لهجا وقلبي بحبك متيما ومن علي بحسن إجابتك وقلني أثرتي واغفر لي ذلتي فإنك قضيت على عبادك بعبادتك وأمرتهم بدعائك وزمنت لهم الإجابة فإليك يا ربي نسبت وجهي وإليك يا ربي مددت يدي فبعزتك استجب لي دعائي وبلغني منايا ولا تقطع من فضلك رجائي واكفني شر الجن والإنس من أعدائي يا سريع الرضا اغفر لمن لا يملك إلا الدعاء فإنك فعال لما تشاء يا من اسمه الدواء وذكره الشفاء يا من اسمه الدواء وذكره الشفاء يا من اسمه الدواء وذكره الشفاء وطاعته غنى ارحم من راس ماله الرجاء وصلاحه البكاء يا سابق النعم يا دافع النقم يا نور المستوحشين في الظلم يا عالم لا يعلم صل على محمد وآل محمد وفل بما أنت أهله وصلى الله على رسوله والأئمة الميامين من آله وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. عليك السلام. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي لا يبلغ مدحته القائلون ولا يوصي نعمه العادون ولا يؤدي حقه المجتهدون الذي لا يدركه بغض الهمم ولا يناله غوث الفتن الذي ليس لصفته حد محدود ولا نات موجود ولا وقت محدود ولا أجل ممدود فترى الخلائق بقدرته ونشر الرياح برحمته ووتد بالسخر ميدان أرض ثم الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وحبيبنا وحبيب رب العالمين بالقاسم محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين واللعن على أعدائهم أجمعين من أول يوم ظلمهم إلى قيام يوم الدين. أما بعد فقال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه المبين وقوله الحق. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألف لام ميم ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالغيب يقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون. صدق الله العلي العظيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Because this is the month of Rabi'ul Thani, which started about 4 nights ago, one of the anniversaries that are in Rabi'ul Thani, around 7th Rabi'ul Thani, is the wiladat of Imam Hassan Askari alayhi salam. Either 7th Rabi'ul Awwal or 7th Rabi'ul Thani. These are the two narrations that say that one of these 2 days is the wiladat of Imam Hassan Askari alayhi salam. And because it's these ayam, and because this Imam affects our life more directly than the rest of the Imams, because it's his son that we are all waiting for, then it becomes necessary that we talk about this personality and see what happened in his lifetime. Because when we speak about the 12th Imam, and when you do research, About the 12th Imam, about his parents, you have a lot of information about Imam Hassan Askari alayhi salam. But when it comes to his mother, the 12th Imam's mother, and one of the wives of the 11th Imam, Hazrat Narjis Khatun, there isn't much information. When it comes to the wiladat of Hazrat Narjis Khatun, we don't know. When it comes to the shahadat, the wafat of Hazrat Narjis, alaykum salam. When it comes to the wafat or shahadat of Hazrat Narjis Khatun, we don't know. We don't know, there's a difference of opinion even within the books of whether or not the mother of the 12th Imam, she passed away after the birth of the 12th Imam or no. Was she alive to a certain time and she passed away after the shahadat of the 11th Imam himself? So when it comes to this 11th Imam, Imam Hassan Askari alayhi salam, we all know that he's the son of the 10th Imam. We all know that this Imam himself, he had another brother. All of us know him by the name of Muhammad. Muhammad, who's buried in Balad, correct? If you look at this family, the sons of the 12th, the sons of the 10th Imam, what do you see? You see the 11th Imam, even though he's not the oldest, he's a younger. Even though you see that they're all the children of the Imams, you see that within that family you have people that are pious and you have people that are impious. Within that one family. It's not necessary that because the father is pious, everyone in the family will be pious. It's not necessary that because the parents are pious, everyone in the family will be pious. Why do I say this? Imam Hassan Askari alayhi salam, he had two other brothers. Muhammad was one, and he had another brother by the name of Jafar. Jafar al-Kazab. Not just Kazib. Jafar al-Kazab. There's a difference between Kazib and Kazab. Kazib is just someone who lies. Kazab is someone who lies a lot. Kazib is just someone who lies. If I lie one time, if I lie two times, you can call me Kazib. But if I continue to lie, and all you know me is as a liar, then I'll be named Kazab. Correct? He was known as Jafar al-Kazab. Who is he? He's the son of an Imam. Correct? The son of an Imam. The son of which Imam? The 10th Imam. The son of the 10th Imam. Why was he known as Jafar al-Kazab? I just want to focus on these two, Muhammad and Jafar. Muhammad was so pious. Muhammad was so pious that people believed that he would be the Imam after the 10th Imam. He was so pious that people believed that he would be the Imam after the 10th Imam. But what happened with Muhammad? Muhammad, he died at the age of about 22, 23 years old. When he was 22, 23 years old, that's when Muhammad, he passed away. Where would the narrations, they said that he was going to Balad to pick up some taxes from the Shias to give to the 10th Imam. But he passed away on his return journey. When he passed away over there in Balad, and he was buried there. But one thing for everyone to remember, when Imam Hassan Askari found out that Muhammad had passed away, the narrations state that he tore off his shirt and he started doing matam. He tore off his shirt and he started doing matam. On who? His elder brother. 1. 2. It's not necessary in the school of thought of Ahlul Bayt, it's not necessary that the eldest son is automatically an Imam. It's not necessary that Imamate goes to the eldest son. If that was the case, who was the elder son of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein alayhi salam? People think that it was Imam Zayn al-Abidin alayhi salam. But Imam Zayn al-Abidin alayhi salam was not the eldest son. Imam Hussain alayhi salam, he had 3 sons. All of them were named Ali. Ali al-Akbar, Ali al-Awsat, Ali al-Asghar. Ali al-Akbar was the same Ali al-Akbar that was martyred. Ali al-Awsat was Imam Zayn al-Abidin. Ali al-Asghar is Ali al-Asghar that was martyred. Imamat went to who? Ali al-Awsat, Imam Zainul Abidin. It went to Imam Zainul Abidin. But when it went to Imam Zainul Abidin, was it known to everyone at that time that Imam Zainul Abidin was the Imam? When they were going from Kufa, was it known in Kufa that Imam Zainul Abidin was the Imam? No, it wasn't. Was it known in Sham that Imam Zainul Abidin was the Imam? No, it wasn't. Why was it like this? Do you all know? It's because Imam Hussain, when before he left this world, what did he tell Lady Zainab? He told Lady Zainab that I'm leaving you in charge of Imam Zainul Abidin. I'm leaving you in charge of Imam Zainul Abidin. Meaning what? Meaning that when she went from Karbala to Kufa, what was she acting as? She was acting as the protector of her Imam. What was she acting as from Kufa to Sham? She was acting as the protector of Imam Zainul Abidin al-Islam. When they returned back to Medina, she was acting as the protector of Imam Zainul Abidin al-Islam. This is why when it comes to the 12th Imam, there are some narrations that state that before Imam Hassan Askari passed away, he told his wife, Hazrat Nargis, that she is to act as the protector of the 12th Imam. She used to act as a protector of the 12th Imam. This is why we have some narrations that state that she passed away after the 11th Imam passed away. Sallallahu alaihi Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. As I said, Imam Hassan Askari, he was one of 5 children. Jafar and Muhammad, I talked about. He had another brother whose name was Hussein, and then he had a sister by the name of Aliyah. Some people, they said that it was Aisha, but no, it was not Aisha. This name, from the first Imam all the way to the 12th Imam, they've always disliked this name. To the point where one of the companions, Imam Jafar Sadiq, he comes to the Imam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. He hasn't even told the Imam that there's a girl that's been born into his house. He hasn't even told the Imam what her name is. But the Imam, he looks at his companion, he says that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not like that name that you've given your daughter, change it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not like that name that you've given your daughter, you should change it. The man, he goes, Ya Ibn Rasulullah, what name did I give my daughter? You gave your name, the daughter that you have, you gave your name. What name did you give that daughter? You gave her that name of the daughter of the first Khalifa. Did you not? And he goes, yes, I did. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not like that name. Change it right now. He changes that name. None of the Imams like that name. Yet, there are some Muslims that think that, oh, Imam Hassan Askari, he had a sister by the name of Aisha. Imam Riza alayhi salam, he had a sister by the name of Aisha. None of the Imams like that. When you come and you analyze the life of Imam Hassan Askari, you see that this Imam, the Mazlumiyat of this Imam is worse than the Mazlumiyat of, for example, Imam Musa Kazim alayhi salam. Is worse than the Mazlumiyat of Imam Riza alayhi salam. All of those Imams that spent time in jail, this Imam is worse. Why do I say this? How old was Imam Hassan Askari when he passed away? He passed away at the age of 20, 27, 28 years old. That's it. 27, 28 years old. Correct? From the time that he was born to the time that he passed away, he was either under house arrest with his father or he was in jail. From the time that he was born to the time that he passed away, he was either under house arrest with his father or he was in jail. 1, 2, you look at him. All of the other Imams, they were there when their father passed away. Correct? Meaning what? Imam Musa Kazim was there when Imam Jafar Sadiq passed away. Imam Musa Kazim he came, read the Namaz-e-Janazah. There was no one looking for him. When Imam Musa Kazim passed away, Imam Riza came and he recited the prayer. There was no one looking for Imam Riza. The 9th Imam, when the 8th Imam passed away, the 9th Imam came, he recited the prayers. There was no one looking for him. But when the 11th Imam passed away, everyone was looking for the 12th Imam, to the point where the uncle of the 12th Imam was also looking for him. Look at how Mazloom the 11th Imam is. Where the 12th Imam, he had to come back and he had to move his uncle aside and tell him, Uncle, I'm more fit to recite these prayers than you are. To the uncle. You look at the 11th Imam and you look at how his life was. There were only a few Imams where their own relatives stabbed them in the back. Relatives. But the 11th Imam, of the Imams, I don't know about any other Imam. I haven't come across any narration where a direct blood relative, not a cousin, no, a brother of the Imam, where they were going and telling the government everything that was happening in the house of the Imam. I don't know, I haven't read about any of the other Imams where their brothers were going and telling the government. Yes, there were cousins that did that. But I haven't read in the history of an Imam where the brothers were going and telling the government what was happening in the house of the Imam. And this is what Jafar Kazzab was doing. He was telling the Abbasi government everything that was happening in the house of the 11th Imam. This is why I say that this Imam, the Mazlumiyat of this Imam is nothing compared to the other Imams. Why? His own brother is going and telling the Abbasi government about what's happening. Why? He himself is claiming to be Imam. He himself, Jafar Kazzab, this is why he's given that title of Kazzab. Because the amount of lies that he was saying. The Holy Prophet, he himself, when he was naming all the Imams that would be, he said that there's going to be a Jafar in this line. But this first Jafar is going to be a Sadiq. Why? Because later on there's also going to be another Jafar, but he's going to be a liar and he'll be known as Kazzab. The Holy Prophet himself, he wanted everyone to know that this is Jafar as-Sadiq and that is Jafar Kazzab. Jafar Kazzab. What did Jafar Kazzab do? After Imam Zaman al-Islam, he read the Namaz-e-Janazah of the 11th Imam, there were some people that came from Khurasan. And they had money with them, Khums money with them, and they had some questions with them. They come and they ask the people, they're seeing that this person, he's about to lead the prayers. When the prayers and everything was done, they see him and they say, are you the next Imam, Jafar Kazzab? He goes, yes, I'm the Imam. He goes, if you're truly the Imam, then can you tell us the questions that we have brought? Can you tell us what these questions are? Can you tell us how much dinars that we have brought? Can you tell us how much money we have brought? Jafar Kazzab, without even thinking, he goes, how am I supposed to know that? Do you think that the Imams have ilm al-ghaib? Do you think that I have ilm al-ghaib? And when he says this, these people that have come, they realize, no, this could not be the Imam. Because they had come before and the Imams had told them exactly the questions that they had and exactly how much money they had with them. So they say, no, we're going to look again. As soon as they were about to leave, the servant of Imam Hassan al-Askari, he comes and he says, come, the Imam of the time, he's over here in this house. When they go, before they even enter into the service of the 12th Imam, the Imam, he tells them that you have this many questions and these are your questions. The answers have already been written. You don't even need to open your envelopes. 1. 2, you have this many dinars, and out of all those dinars, there's only 10 that is halal. Everything else is haram. Take everything else back, just give 10, that's it. When they heard this answer, they realized that this was the 12th, this was the true Imam. This is what it means to be an Imam. This is how you're going to differentiate and understand who an Imam is. It's not that everyone that claims to be an Imam is an Imam. Where now, if you look online, Apparently there's someone in Pakistan who's claimed to be the 12th Imam. Someone every year claims to be the 12th Imam. And it's sad, the person who's claimed to be the 12th Imam, he's not from our school of thought. He's from the other school of thought. They've claimed to be the 12th Imam. And the way the world is going, inshallah, I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the appearance of the 12th Imam, inshallah. When you look at this life of the 12th Imam, then that's when you become, or that's when you start understanding why he went into hiding, or why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put him in ghaibah. At the age of 5, he goes into ghaibat al-sughra. Correct? Then he goes into ghaibat al-kubra. At the age of 5, we understand, the government of that time is looking for this 5-year-old. And why are they looking for a 5-year-old? Why is the government scared of a 5-year-old? If you look at this and you try to understand this, if Imam Zaman at the age of 5 can scare the tyrannical government of his time to such an extent that they're all looking for him to kill him, what do you think that the governments of this time would try to do? Or how powerful do you think the Imam, let's put it another way, how powerful do you think the Imam of the time would be at the age of 40 when he reappears? He's been in occultation for over 1,000 years, but when he reappears, he'll look like he is 40. This is what it means to be Imam. To have control over time itself. That's what it means to be Imam. Not everyone that comes and says, I'm the Imam, you believe them to be Imam. The first thing that you do, you're Imam, no problem. I'll believe you to be Imam. But you're representing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you're representing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then you better show me a miracle. The same way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would show. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has 99 names. He's Razzaq. Show me a miracle that goes with that sifat. He's Rahim. Show me a miracle that goes with that sifat. He's Khaliq. Show me a miracle that goes with that sifat. He can create out of nothing. Show me a miracle that goes with that sifat. That's the first thing that you ask. Anyone can come and make a claim. That's perfectly fine. In Islam, Islam says let them make claims. But it's our duty to make sure that we are certain that yes, this is actually the Imam. This is why there's no taqleed when it comes to usul ad-din. Imamat is an usul ad-din. It's your job, it's my job to figure out, yes, is this person that is claiming to be Imam, is he truly an Imam or is he just an imposter? Because before the rise of the 12th Imam, the narration states there would be almost 40 people that claim to be Imam. 40 people before the rise of the 12th. And every year, like I said, every year there's someone who claims to be an Imam. You have some person in Somalia who claims to be 12th Imam. You have some person in Pakistan who's claiming to be 12th Imam. You have some person in India who's claiming to be 12th Imam. People that don't even know Arabic are claiming to be 12th Imam. They don't even know where he's going to appear from and they're claiming to be 12th Imam. This, brothers and sisters that are listening, this isn't what Shia Islam is. Shia Islam, we are the ones who've held on to Imamat. So we know what Imamat truly is. We know how to tell the difference between a fake Imam and a real Imam. We know what questions to ask. We know that if an Imam knows the questions that I have in my envelope, that does not mean that that's ilm ghaib. No, that is visible to them. What's invisible to me might be visible to them, but that does not mean that's ilm ghaib. Ilm ghaib, as Amir al-Mu'mineen says, it's only one thing, that's it. It's only one thing. And that is what? From those 73 letters, they say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us 72 and He kept one to Himself. That one is the ilm ghaib, that's it. Everything else is visible. The way I see my palm, everything else they're able to see. Salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Imam Hassan Askari alayhi salam, the reason that he's called Askari, not just Imam Hassan Askari, the 11th and the 10th Imam, they're both known as Askariyain. The two Askariyas. Why is it that they're known as Askariyain? One, they're two. The scholars, they say that there are two reasons. One is because Samara was just a garrison fort back at that time. Meaning what? Meaning that when soldiers would cross to go places, they would stay at that place. And soldiers or an army is known as an askar in Arabic. And when they used to cross that, they'd go through that place, through Samara. And because both of these imams, they lived in that area, they were known as Askariyan. One. Two, the second reason is that Mutawakkil, he took the 11th Imam, Imam Hassan Askari, for example, he took the 11th Imam, and if you've gone to Samara, you see that from where they're buried, where the 11th Imam is buried, you see at a distance there's this tower that goes up. There's a tower. And they say that it was that tower that Mutawakkil built, and he used to take his horse up that tower, and there was no room to bring that horse back, so what did he used to do? He used to just throw the horse off. And he had all his soldiers. There came a time when he had all his soldiers underneath that tower. And he took Imam Hassan Askari up there. When he took Imam Hassan Askari up there, he comes down from his horse, he throws the horse off, and he tells the Imam, do you see what I see? And he goes, what? Yes. And he goes, these are all my soldiers. The Imam goes, okay, so what? And he goes, where are your soldiers? And the Imam, he goes, do you want to see my soldiers? And when Mutawakkil, he said, yes. Imam, he says, look through my fingers. The narrations say when Mutawakkil looked through his fingers, he sees nothing but angels that are ready at the command of the Imam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. He sees that there are angels that are ready, that have taken out their swords, and they're just ready for the command of the Imam. When he sees all these angels, he falls down unconscious. When he falls down unconscious, there are narrations that say that this is the reason that he's been given that title of Askari. Why? Because he had that army ready with him. You have all these soldiers. What is Imam alayhi salam saying? You have all these soldiers, but I have God with me. You have, what is the reason for the Imam to not come? The 12th Imam. These same soldiers that Imam Hassan Askari showed, Hadith Zainab showed in Kufa. These same soldiers that Imam Hassan Askari showed in Samara, Lady Zainab showed in Kufa when they were going towards Kufa. Some narrations when they were going towards Sham. If they have all these soldiers, then what need does the Imam have of me? The Imam, he has all these angels ready. The Aima, they have all these angels ready. What need does the Imam have of me? This is why it's important to understand these types of concepts. Me being shaheed in the way of the Imam does not benefit the Imam one bit, it benefits me. Me praying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not benefit Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it benefits me. Me fasting does not benefit Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it benefits me. It benefits me. So me being shaheed in the way of Imam Zaman alayhi salam does not benefit Imam Zaman, it benefits me. The Imam, he could rise right now with the army that he has. But the reason he's not is why? Because he wants all of us to get ready. He wants all of us to achieve shahada. Why? So there's no judgment for us. Two types of people that there's no judgment for. One, shuhada. As soon as they're shaheed, there's no judgment, they're straight in heaven. Two, the most oppressive of the oppressive. Straight to hell. Correct? Imam, what is he waiting for? He's waiting for us to become those 313. If not, then at the very least the first 10,000. If not the first 10,000, then the first 100,000. The first 100,000. You see, Imam Hassan Askari Islam, he has his army. He doesn't use it. This is the same army the 10th Imam has. He doesn't use it. The same army all of the Imams have. They don't use it. If Imam Hassan Askari Islam has this army, does Rasulullah not have this army? He does. Then why is he gathering 313 people for Badr? He has this army. Why is he gathering 1,000 people for Hunain, for example? Why? He's gathering 1,000 people for Hunain. He's gathering 313 people for Badr. He's gathering 10,000 all for all these other battles. Why? Because every step that you take is for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Muhammad. The act that you do is supposed to be for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The objective isn't just to defeat the army in that way. No, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted the army to be defeated just outright, the Holy Prophet, all he needed to do was raise up his hands and do bad-dua. All he needed to do was ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, those angels that are waiting to come and get rid of all of these people, the kuffar of Makkah, for example. That's it. But the reason they did not do that was why? Because so our amal can be heavier. So our good deeds can be heavier. That's the reason they didn't do that. This is the reason Imam Zaman al-Islam has not appeared yet. Why? So we can turn ourselves into those 313 or those 10,000 or those 100,000. So we can start training ourselves. And you see the way the world is going, that inshallah, the reappearance of the Imam will be soon. You see the way the world is going, and the way the world has been. The only people to rise up against tyranny and oppression, the only people even today that are saying that this is tyranny that's happening, this is oppression that is happening, are which people? The Shias. The Shias. About what's happening in Palestine, correct? It's the Shias that have been rising. Now you have Sunnis that are saying, hold on a second. Our scholars have constantly told us that these people are kafir, these people are kafir, these people are kafir, yet these are the only people that are trying to help us. These are the only people that are voicing their opinion. Now even from there, they're realizing, no, hold on a second, there must be truth with the Shias. That's why they're rising up. That's why they're trying to help us. You see, even from Palestine now, Labbaik al-Mahdi, the slogan of Labbaik ya Mahdi is rising. Not just Shias, now from Palestine itself, Labbaik ya Mahdi is rising. When this slogan continues to rise, inshallah, that's when Imam Zaman will appear. When you look at this life of the 11th Imam, you look at the 12th Imam, you see that the 11th Imam himself, he was constantly being surveilled. He was constantly put under surveillance, to the point where the Khalifa of the time, he told women, I want you to go to that house, and if you see that the woman of this household is pregnant, I want you to inform me. I want you to inform me. This is the reason that you have narrations that state that Hazrat Nargis Khatun, she didn't even look like she was pregnant. She didn't look like she was pregnant. Everything that happened within a night. Why? Because Mutawakkil and the other Khulafa, they had told people to be in that house and let us know. Why? Because they were all waiting for the 12th Imam. Everyone was waiting for the 12th Imam. The Shias themselves, they were waiting for the 12th Imam. The Khalifas, they were waiting for the 12th Imam. The oppressors, they were waiting for the 12th Imam. Why? Throughout their whole life, throughout generations, they had known the hadith of the Holy Prophet that there will be 12 guides after me. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala. Not only will there be 12 guides after me, but they had all heard that the 12th one would get rid of oppression and tyranny. The 12th one would get rid of oppression and tyranny. Meaning what? Meaning that he would be the one to rule the world. He would be the one to put justice in the world, and he would be the one to take on the nizam of adl. It would be in his hands. So that means what? That means that their government will be out. This is why the Abbasi Khalifa was looking for the 12th Imam, so they could get rid of him as soon as possible. This is why the Abbasi government let Jafar Kazab come closer to them. So they could what? So they could tell the Shias, this is your 12th Imam. This is your Imam. When it comes to Jafar Kazab, they say that the things that he used to do, for example, Imam Hassan Askari Islam, in the time of Imam Hassan Askari Islam, there's some narrations that state that Jafar Kazab, just so he could do black magic, just so he could practice black magic, what did he do? He stopped praying, he stopped doing any of the wajibat of Islam for over 40 days just so he could do black magic. And you see that even within some societies, in 40 days, and why is it 40 days? This 40 days, I know I've talked about this 40, inshallah, we'll talk about this number and the importance of this number. But for 40 days, what did he do just so he could do black magic or learn black magic? He stopped praying for 40 days. Not just Fajr namaz, but every single namaz he stopped. This was the type of person he was. What did he do? He would drink. What did he do? He would lie. That's why he was given that title. What did he do? He would cheat. Jafar Kazab. And on the other side, you had Muhammad. The other side, you had Imam Hassan Askari. No one's saying for us to be like Imam Hassan Askari. No. All you have to be is like Muhammad. That's it. If you can't be like Muhammad, then don't be like Jafar Kazab. That's it. Within one family, like I said, within one family, look at the spectrum when it comes to religiosity. Look at that spectrum. Within that one family. So you shouldn't expect everyone that is religious or religious parents to have a family that is completely religious. No, that wasn't even the case with the Imams. That wasn't the case with the Imams. You had cousins that went and told the Khalifas of their time about what the Imams were doing. You had uncles that went and told the Khalifas. You had brothers that went and told the Khalifas. To the point where if I was to ask you, Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam's house was burned down. You all know that, correct? If you don't, Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam's house was burned down. Do you all know who went and complained to the Khalifa of that time? No, you don't. You don't. It was a cousin of Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam. It was a cousin of Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam who had that house burned down. Cousin from where? One of the grandsons, great-grandsons of Imam Hassan alayhi salam. This, within the family, when the family itself doesn't unite for the imam, then how is the imam going to rely? Or how difficult do you think that it would be for the imam to rely on people that are outside the family? Even within the family, they did not know the status of imam. Or if they did, for the benefit of worldly goods, they went and they complained about the imam. They went and complained about the imam. And this is what happened at the time of the 11th imam, for worldly benefit. This is what happened in the time of the 8th imam. This is what happened in the time of the 9th imam. This is why the representatives of the 7th imam, they did not believe in Imam Riza alayhi salam. The representative of Imam Musa Kazim Islam, they had khums with them. Khums with them. The reason, or one of the reasons that they did not believe in the imamat of the 8th imam is because of all that khums money. Because of all that khums money. And this is why we have narrations where when the 12th imam appears, he'll say, "Give me my right. Give me my right." And there'd be people that will not give him his right. What is that right? This is where we've come to. This is where ulama have come to. We've come to a place where we're blindly following ulama. Blindly following. I don't know if I've done this, but there's a difference between taqleed and there's a difference between taqleed and ita'at. Taqleed, you have a right to ask questions. Ita'at, you don't have that right. Some people, they say, you only do taqleed of Imam Zaman. You only do taqleed of Imam. No, you don't do taqleed of Imams. You do ita'at of Imam. You can do taqleed of a non-masoom, but you do ita'at of a masoom. What's the difference? In taqleed, if the person you're doing taqleed of, you have a right, you can ask him, how did you come to this conclusion? But when it comes to ita'at, there is no questioning the authority. They tell you to do something, you do it, that's it. When it comes to taqleed, you can question. So tell me, when people say that you do taqleed of Imam Zaman, what does that mean? That means that if Imam Zaman tells you to do something, you have a right to question him? No, you don't. So there's no taqleed of Imam Zaman, there's only ita'at of Imam Zaman. He tells you to do something, you do it. When a marja tells you to do something, you have every right to ask him a question. This is what happens in Dars al-Kharij. The Maraja, they're giving a fatwa, they're telling you what their stance is, and the students are asking them, how did you come to this conclusion? But now people have mixed this up. They want to do taqleed of Imam and ita'at of Ghair Imam. Allah. When the Imam appears, there's no taqleed of Imam Zaman, there's only ita'at. When you start doing taqleed and you start asking the why, you start asking the how. When you start asking this for the Imam when he tells you to do something, then you're doing everything those people that you send lanat on did to the Holy Prophet. Wasn't it the second Khalifa who asked the Holy Prophet why? Meaning what? Wasn't it the second Khalifa who said after this Hudaybiyah, I have never disbelieved in the prophethood of the Prophet as much as I disbelieved in his prophethood today? At the signing of Hudaybiyah? This is what questioning a Masoom leads to. It leads to kufr. It leads to kufr. This is why you keep taqleed in its own place where you do taqleed of non-Masoom. You keep ita'at in its own place where you're doing ita'at of a Masoom. Or two, if a Masoom directly tells you to do ita'at of a non-Masoom, what is your duty? If a Masoom directly tells you to do ita'at of a non-Masoom, it becomes wajib on me to do ita'at of that non-Masoom. Correct? Why? Because a Masoom has ordered me to do something. And as soon as that Masoom tells me not to do ita'at of them anymore, I don't do ita'at of them. Where does this apply? Do you all know? In what circumstances? And the Holy Prophet, he did this. Amir al-Mu'mineen, he did this. Where did this apply? Do you all know? In the battles that the Holy Prophet fought, in the battles that Amir al-Mu'mineen fought, the generals of those battles, were they all Masoom? No, they weren't. They weren't Masoom. They were all non-Masoom. But the Holy Prophet told the people that were following the soldiers to do everything that the general told them to do. The Holy Prophet. Amir when he fought in Nahrawan, when he fought in Jamal, when he fought in Siffin, were all his generals Masoom? No, they were non-Masoom also. He told his soldiers to do everything the general told you to do. Even though Imam Ali knew, for example, Malik Ashtar was not Masoom. Why? Because in some scenarios you need to do ita'at of a non-Masoom. The Masoom has told you to do it. And these are all scenarios of war. And when it comes to battle, the Masoom isn't always there with you. Imam Ali wasn't there in every battle that the Holy Prophet fought in. Correct? For example, Khaybar. Was Amir al-Mu'mineen in Khaybar from the beginning? No. Imam Ali wasn't there. Imam Ali alayhi salam, he was sick, he had an eye disorder. When he came, that's when Imam Ali alayhi salam received that standard. But before then, who were they? They were all the companions. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. This is why when it came after the demise of the 11th Imam, the Shias that came from Khurasan, they wanted to make sure that whatever they had with them goes to the actual Imam. They themselves wanted to go back and tell the people that the 11th Imam has passed away. Now this person is the 12th Imam. We went and we gave it to him. Before we could even ask him any questions, he answered our questions. This is what it means to be a follower, to be a Shia, to be a believer of the Imams of the Ahlul Bayt. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He keeps us on this path of Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He hastens the reappearance of Imam Zaman. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He keeps all of the Shias, all of those people that have the love of the Ahlul Bayt in their heart. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep them safe. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive our sins, to forgive the sins of all those marhumeen, mu'mineen, mu'minat that do not have anyone to ask for forgiveness on their behalf. Please, brothers and sisters, recite Surah Al-Fatiha for your marhumeen and for the marhumeen whose names are on the wall in the back. اللهم اغفر اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد. بسم الله بسم الله اللهم صل على محمد وعلى السلام عليك يا وارث آدم صفة الله. السلام عليك يا وارث نوح نبي الله. السلام عليك يا وارث إبراهيم خليل الله. السلام عليك يا وارث موسى كليم الله. السلام عليك يا وارث عيسى روح الله. السلام عليك يا وارث محمد حبيب الله. السلام عليك يا وارث أمير المؤمنين. السلام عليك يا وارث أمير المؤمنين عليه السلام. السلام عليك يا ابن محمد المصطفى. السلام عليك يا ابن علي المرتضى. السلام عليك يا ابن فاطمة الزهراء. السلام عليك يا ابن خديجة الكبرى. السلام عليك يا ثار الله وابن ثاره والوتر الموتور. أشهد أنك قد أقمت الصلاة وآتيت الزكاة وأمرت بالمعروف ونهيت عن المنكر وأطعت الله ورسوله حتى أتاك اليقين. فأنا الله أمة قتلتك وأنا الله أمة ظلمتك وأنا الله أمة سمعت بذلك فرزت به. يا مولاي يا أبا عبد الله أشهد أنك كنت نور في الإسلام الشامخة والإرهام المتخرة لم تنجسك الجاهلية بإنجاسها ولم تلبسك من مدلهمات ثيابها. وأشهد أنك من دائم الدين وأركان المؤمنين. وأشهد أنك الإمام البر التقي الرزي الزكي الحادي المهدي. وأشهد أن الأئمة من ولدك كلمة التقوى وأعلام الهدى والعروة الوثقى والحجة على أهل الدنيا. وأشهد الله وملائكته وأنبياء ورسله أني بكم مؤمن وبيا بكم موقن بشرائع الدين وخواتيم عملي وقلبي لقلبكم سلم وأمري لأمركم متبع. صلوات الله عليكم وعلى أرواحكم وعلى أجسادكم وعلى أجسامكم وعلى شاهدكم وعلى غائبكم وعلى ظاهركم وعلى باطنكم. بأبي أنت وأمي يا ابن رسول الله. بأبي أنت وأمي يا أبا عبد الله. لقد عظمت الرزية وجلت المصيبة بك علينا وعلى جميع أهل السماوات والأرض. وأنا اللهم تنسجت والجمع وتهيأت لقتالك يا مولاي يا أبا عبد الله. قصدت حرمك وأتيت إلى مشهدك أسأل الله بالشأن الذي لك عنده وبالمحل الذي لك لديه أن يصلي على محمد وآل محمد وأن يجعلني معكم في الدنيا والآخرة. السلام عليك يا رسول الله. السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين. السلام عليك يا صديقة فاطمة الزهراء سيدة النساء العالمين. السلام عليك يا حسن المجتبى. السلام عليك يا مولانا يا غريب الغرباء يا أبا عبد الله. السلام عليك يا مولانا يا علي بن الحسين. السلام عليك يا مولانا يا محمد بن علي. السلام عليك يا مولانا يا جعفر بن محمد. السلام عليك يا مولانا يا موسى بن جعفر. السلام عليك يا مولانا علي بن موسى. السلام عليك يا مولانا محمد بن علي. السلام عليك يا مولانا علي بن محمد. السلام عليك يا مولانا حسن بن علي. السلام عليك يا مولانا يا صاحب العصر الزمان علمان 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 من الفتن الزمان. عجل الله تعالى فرجك وظهورك وجعلنا من أنصارك ورحمة الله وبركاته.
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। अल्लाहुम्मा कुल्ले वली कल हुज्जत इब्निल हसन सलवातुका अलैहि वाला बाही फी हाज़ि सात वफ़ी कुल्ले सात वलिय्यन व हाफ़िज़न व क़ाइदन व नासिरा व दलीलन व ऐना हत्ता तुस्किनहु अर्ज़का तव्वा व तमत्तअहु फ़ीहा तवीला बिरहमतिका या अरहमर राहिमीन।
डायरेक्ट मेडिसिन है ना? हाँ हाँ, लेकिन ठीक तो हो ना?
हसन भाई माइक बंद कर दो।
ताकि इमाम मक्की की तरबियत से जो है ना वो मुताबिक आ सकें कि उन्होंने अपने बेटे को मतलब सुधार सकें, तो बाकी कौम के लिए क्या करना इस तरह का। इसलिए मैंने कहा आपसे डिस्कस करूँगा अकेले में। देखिए
किसी हमारे को किसी खतीब में पढ़ किस किताब से पढ़ता है?
किसी खतीब ने पढ़ा हुआ है, खतीब ने पढ़ी नहीं, क्योंकि बचपन की बात है। हाँ, लेकिन जब मैंने फिर आपने खुद किताबें पढ़नी शुरू की, पहले तो मैं सुनते ही थे मेरी, तो जब पढ़नी शुरू की तो मैंने भी यही देखा कि भाई वो जो है ना इमाम अपने आप को इमाम समझ
नहीं, वो अपने आप को इमाम समझ, वो हमारे को जो बुजुर्ग जो उलमा हैं उन्होंने खुद देखा कि वो अपने आप को इमाम समझ सकते हैं।
यानी कि जो कोई पक्की जो ऑथेंटिक रवायात हैं जो जिनमें मतलब जो इल्म रजाल में ऑथेंटिक रवायात हैं।
हाँ 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 हाँ, तो
उसके काल में
नहीं उसकी वजह से पूरा फ़िरका बन गया था। अब तो नहीं है, जाफरी फ़िरका बना था उसकी वजह से।
मुझे इस चीज़ का नहीं है।
हाँ हाँ, उसकी वजह से पूरा फ़िरका बना, अब तो नहीं है। पहले था जो
जैसे लेकिन तो अब तो होगा तो वो तो पहले ही दुनिया से चले गए।
हाँ, तो अब किस किताब से पढ़ा मुझे नहीं पढ़ता, लेकिन अब मुझे पता नहीं उसने किस किताब से पढ़ा। लेकिन मैंने जो किताबें पढ़ी हैं हमारे जो बुजुर्ग उलमा हैं उन सब ने कहने उसने कि मोहम्मद से दावा किया, ये कोई